now that the Kansas City Chiefs have given their quarterback a contract extension, the Buffalo Bills have to ask themselves, which would you rather do first? Give an extension to your above average quarterback or give an extension to your Pro Bowl cornerback? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this contract extension edition of Billievers Talk, where we're going to take a look at certain players on the Buffalo Bills roster and ask ourselves who deserves a contract extension, but more importantly, who deserves a contract extension first, and then maybe even ask the question, if you could only sign one, which one would it be? Before we do that, however, I'll remind everyone, if you haven't already subscribed to Billievers Talk, make sure you hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo sports news as we cover the Buffalo Bills as the season is just around the corner. Obviously, things are constantly changing with the pandemic, so we're just continuing to hope that there is an NFL season, but we have you covered right here, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, let YouTube notify you when we put out new content, like this video, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the potential of signing an extension, signing either one of these players to a contract extension. Today we're talking about Josh Allen versus Tre'davious White. And why are we bringing this up? Well, with the Kansas City Chiefs signing Patrick Mahomes to a 10-year, $507 million contract, $500 million. That's billion with a B. That really changes the game as far as the quarterback position is concerned and the money that some of these quarterbacks might be making here in the near future. That 10-year, $507 million contract Patrick Mahomes just signed, the biggest contract in sports ever. So I know that right now as Bills fans, as NFL fans, we can see it, right? Josh Allen is not as good as Patrick Mahomes. However, is he that far away where he's not going to be making 35, 40 million here in the near future? Let's say 2020 goes the way Bills fans want it to. Let's say 2020, Josh Allen takes us to the AFC Championship game, if not further. Let's say he brings that completion percentage up to 64%, let's say, right? Let's say the addition of Stephon Diggs gives him 1,000 more yards passing on a season, so he's closer to that 3,500-yard mark. More touchdowns, less interceptions, can still run the ball efficiently, effectively, doesn't fumble as much. What kind of number are we talking about then? Right? So right now, you look at the number, and I've been on record of saying we should pay Josh Allen. If we were to extend him right now, I just did an episode not too long ago, he would be worth somewhere between $30 million a year and $32.5 million a year in my estimation. That's how much I'd be willing to pay Josh Allen. Now, according to Spot Track, he's only worth about $28 million per season. If I give him a little bit higher of a grade than Spot Track does, maybe it's favoritism, or maybe it's just being realistic in the current NFL market. So you could get Josh Allen on a contract extension today for somewhere between $30 and $32.5 million, right, a year. Do you want to wait another year or two and then maybe he has two phenomenal or even really good seasons? Now you're paying him 45 mil a year? I don't know if you want to wait that long, right? That's a question you want to ask yourselves. How long do you want to wait? Now listen, Josh Allen's only been in the league 2 seasons, okay? 2 seasons. Patrick Mahomes, he's been here all 3. Patrick Mahomes, all 3 years, has done better than Josh Allen. Let's be honest about that. Even when he got injured, he still seemed to do pretty well after the injury this past year. Already won an NFL MVP award. So you know that, and he's obviously already won Super Bowl MVP. So obviously, Patrick Mahomes has the goods. But we're not going to sign either of them to a contract extension this year the way things are going. So we're looking at 2021, right? Which would be Josh Allen coming off his 3rd year, just like Patrick Mahomes was this past off season. That would be Tre'davious White coming off his 4th season. Now, we've already signed Tre'davious White to that 5th-year option. So we at least have Tre'davious White through the 2021 NFL season. But does that mean we should wait on Tre'davious White? I have also been on record on this channel as saying that I think Tre'davious White is the best cornerback in the league, okay? All-pro this past season. Pro Bowler this past season. Again, I still think he should have been Rookie of the Year back in 2017. And it's funny, we talk about Tre'davious White at the same time we just got done talking about Patrick Mahomes, drafted in the same draft class. In fact, Patrick Mahomes drafted with the original Buffalo Bills pick, trading back with the Kansas City Chiefs to pick up Tre'davious White at that cornerback position. Obviously, Bills fans always talking about that, thinking that we could have had Patrick Mahomes. Guys, it's a completely different scenario. I'm still happy that we got Tre'davious White in 2017. I'm still happy that that trade helped us in getting Josh Allen, helped us in getting Tremaine Edmonds the following season. I am really happy with that trade, how that trade panned out for the Buffalo Bills. And yes, it worked out great for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Let's not forget about that, and let's not act like that did not happen. But if you're asking me, I would rather Tre'davious White, Tremaine Edmonds, and Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes. Only if all three of them are on this team when their first rookie contracts are up, right? You know that Patrick Mahomes is going to be in Kansas City now for a long time. But if they get 15 or 10 to 11 good years of Patrick Mahomes, and we only get 4 or 5 good years of Josh Allen, Tremaine Edmonds, and Tre'davious White, is it then worth the trade? Did the trade really pan out the way you wanted it to? Because right now Kansas City has Super Bowl, Buffalo Bills do not. And that's the ultimate prize. That's what we're talking about. But so it's funny that we're talking about Tre'davious White getting a contract extension right after Patrick Mahomes did. However, I just really think that the Buffalo Bills need to keep Tre'davious White on this team if they can. But let's talk about that. Who do you sign first? Again, we've already signed Tre'davious White to that 5th-year option. So we know we don't only have him 2020, we have him 2021 as well. However, that does not mean we shouldn't be looking at a contract extension right now anyway. Okay, we should still be talking about contract extension. What kind of number would Tre'davious White deserve in the NFL? Again, SpotTrack has him at $17 million a season. That's what they say his market value is. Guys, if we can get Tre'davious White at $17 million a season right now, take it. Take it. I don't think you can, but if you can, you have to take that deal. If you're the Buffalo Bills, however, I think you're really looking at setting a new mark at the cornerback position as far as how much this cornerback Tre'davious White is going to be paid. I really think that Tre'davious White is worth a 5-year, $100 million type contract. That's $20 million a season on average, of course, and that would be the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. However, I think Tre'davious White has earned that, and I think the longer you wait to re-sign, to extend Tre'davious White, the more likely that another corner from that draft class is going to sign, and Tre'davious White's going to say, hey, I'm better than that guy, pay me more than him. Or then 2 more cornerbacks sign. Tre'davious White says, hey, I'm better than both of them, pay me more than them, right? And then all of a sudden, your market for Tre'davious White's going up, and that's not what you want. So I think signing Tre'davious White, or at least considering signing Tre'davious White this offseason, is a very smart move. Now, you look at the other side, Josh Allen, still a little inconsistent at the quarterback position. Again, you have to look at Josh Allen's upside and say, if he hits that upside, you're talking about paying him significantly more money. So what are the pros and cons? What is the risk factor of waiting another year to sign that contract extension? Again, Josh Allen's only completed 2 years in the NFL. I think it's too early to sign someone to a contract extension only after 2 seasons. But if we don't sign Tre'davious White this offseason to a contract extension, he goes on to have a average year for him, right, which is still a pretty good Pro Bowl type season. And Josh Allen improves his game to the numbers we talked about a little bit earlier, right? 63% completion percentage, 64, somewhere between 3,250 and 3,500 passing yards, and still able to rush the ball efficiently and get some touchdowns on the ground, right? Then who are you signing contract extension to? I think it gets very tricky at that time as far as which guy you sign a contract extension. Again, I want them both to be on the team, but let's not pretend that salary caps are not an issue. They are. And now we know the salary caps are going up. However, due to the pandemic, you're not sure if salary caps are going up all that much into next season. We know that the Buffalo Bills are pretty good, in fact, top 5 in the league when it comes to salary cap space going into next season. However, we don't know where they plan on spending that money. Do they plan on spending some money on Josh Allen? Do they plan on re-signing Tre'davious White? Because guys, if we do not sign Tre'davious White in next offseason before his 5th year, that 5th-year option takes effect, I begin to question whether we're keeping Tre'davious White after that 5th year at all. Now, we can talk about franchise tags to give him an extra year and things like that, but we definitely are not keeping Tre'davious White if we have to take it into a franchise tag type situation. Then we could say goodbye to Tre'davious White after his 6th season. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's the plan the whole time. We know how Coach McDermott feels. He can bring cornerbacks into this game and kind of mix and match them and make a good cornerback and continue to have success at that position. Maybe Greg Norman comes back into form. We get a few, Josh Norman gets into form. We have a few good years out of him. But still, Tre'davious White is that cornerstone at that defensive side of the ball. So you're talking about the quarterback on offense, right? Which we all know how important the quarterback position is. And right now, I'd rather dance with Josh Allen than dance with the devil I don't know right now, right? I'd rather dance with the devil you brought than you know than one that you don't. So if you're giving me the question between Josh Allen and quarterback X, I'm taking Josh Allen. I know what I got of Josh Allen. I might not always like what I have from Josh Allen, but I know what we have and I know what his upside is. Now, obviously, some of those questions could be answered this season, the 2020 NFL season, as far as how good Josh Allen really can be. And then that may answer some questions as far as who we pay the following offseason. Who do we give contract extensions to? Because we all know Tremaine Edmonds, his contract's coming up too. Josh Allen, we talked about him. Tre'davious White, his contract's coming up. Matt Milano, we know his. There are a lot of contracts coming up, but none bigger than those two guys, Tre'davious White, Josh Allen. So who do we sign first? If you ask me, I would go with Tre'davious White, right? Tre'davious White has been more consistent his first 3 seasons in the league than Josh Allen has been in his first 2 seasons in the league. Tre'davious White continues to get better and better each season, including an all-pro season this past year. Now, what happens if he even improves on those numbers? I think then you have easily the best cornerback in the league, and he's still a young guy. You still can get plenty of years out of Tre'davious White. We all know the Buffalo Bills are best when they're a defensive team first. When they have a top 5 defense, that's when the Buffalo Bills are at their best. Now, obviously, we want the Buffalo Bills offense to keep up with that, but that's when the Buffalo Bills are at their best, is when that defense has that killer instinct, when that defense is being led by some of the best in the game. Think about the early 90s, right? Those Super Bowl teams, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith, Phil Hansen, just to name a few of those guys, and I'm sure we can go on rattling off more and more names. Henry Jones. I mean, you think about those defensive guys, they were hungry. They knew what they wanted to go after, and they got it, right? We need those type of players on defense. We need the Tremaine Edmonds. We need the Ed Olivers. We need the Tre'davious Whites, the guys who will go get the ball, the guys who you know will shut a player down, and that's what we have in Tre'davious White, and that's why I would sign him first. If you ask me today, who would I sign first, Tre'davious White or Josh Allen? I would say Tre'davious White. However, if you're telling me that I can only sign one of them, I'm signing Josh Allen. Why right now? Because right now, like I said, you could sign Josh Allen to about $30 to $32.5 million a year. Now, again, if he goes off this upcoming season, leads the Bills to the AFC Championship game, and it's mostly due to his efforts on offense, now you're talking 38, 39 mil a season. So you're talking about a difference there of $6 or $7 million per year without signing Josh Allen. Where if you look at Tre'davious White, I already think he's worth that extra 20 mil a season, or 20 mil a season, the biggest contract for a cornerback. He can't get much bigger than that unless other cornerbacks start signing first. So if you were to ask me, if I knew we were going to sign both of them, I would say sign Tre'davious White first without a question. His contract's coming up sooner. Let's show him that we appreciate him. Let's show him that we believe in his capabilities moving forward. Let's make him the highest paid cornerback in the league. He deserves it. Sign him for another 5 seasons, make it $100 million, $20 million a year, with maybe some incentives based in there as well. And then, of course, we have an extra year then to sign Josh Allen. But if you're going to tell me we can only sign one of the two, I gotta go with Josh Allen. I have to go with Josh Allen. I have to go with the quarterback. Again, I'd rather dance with the devil I know than dance with the devil I don't. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think? If you could only sign Josh Allen or Tre'Davious White, who are you signing and why? Why would you pick one over the other? Again, I think Tre'Davious White's a phenomenal player, probably my favorite player on the Buffalo Bills currently. However, he's not the cornerback position. No matter how important it is, it's not nearly as important as that quarterback position is on the offensive side of the ball. So again, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo sports content, including this, continuing to give you Buffalo Bills news and break down some of the things that the Buffalo Bills may have to consider here in the near future. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like this video, leave a comment. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.